I don't know how internationally relatable this is, but when I was a kid, I was really into these surprise bags you could get at convenience stores. They cost a couple of dollars and you don't know what you're gonna get inside, and hey, it's not great. But the thrill, the rush, the adrenaline of my chubby little 1990s snap bracelet wearing hands tearing open these sacks of possibility, it's a road that in retrospect could have led to a gambling addiction. It didn't. And so my intention with today's video was to buy a bunch of these surprise bags with the adult money that I now have. That sounds like I got it from the adult film industry. I mostly didn't. But after buying some of those bags, I quickly realized that the thrill is just not what it used to be. My childlike wonder's definitely gone because I could kind of see the Matrix code on these things now. The recipe is, hey, here are a couple of pieces of kind of okay candy mixed in with some kind of mass-produced tiny toy they got in bulk off of Alibaba. Some of the toys I got included a googly eye ring that was missing one googly eye. Just 50% of the eyes not there. That's a big percentage when it comes to eyes. Some pink vampire teeth would have this thing where they taste a lot like chemicals. I think maybe these teeth were not made to be put in a mouth. And then pretty quickly it became clear that cheap finger puppets were the new craze in children's surprise bag toys. Some of them are little monster zombie freaks. Hey, I'm a finger monster. What are you doing? That's what this guy's voice sounds like, and I won't be taking any questions on that. Some of the finger puppets... That arm broke off. Some of the finger puppets are stretchy. They're either finger puppets or the world's worst prophylactics. Those were the surprise bags available to me in my direct vicinity, and I didn't love them. So I widened my horizons and ventured onto the internet to see if there were other ones I could get my hands on, and not really. But what that fateful search did do was lead me to the weird world of Etsy mystery boxes. And I felt a spark of optimism. These would be strangers shoving random items into boxes and sending them to my house. Could that recreate the childhood high of opening surprise bags? I intended to find out. So I ordered a bunch of them, like a dumb amount. Basically all of the ones that shipped to me in Canada. Now hearing that, you might think that I just received a bunch of junk, and... I did. I got so much junk, I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. They say one man's trash is another man's treasure. But sometimes one man's trash is another man's trash, and now that man has a bunch of trash in his house that hopefully will be someone's treasure one day, but that guy's got so much trash in his house right now. It's not all bad. Most of the stuff is donatable, and I will be donating it. A lot of the stuff will be going directly into the garbage for reasons you will see, and anything edible I received has been or will be donated to the RGS Foundation. That's a great organization I love, doing a lot of great work towards raising my cholesterol, blood pressure, and triglycerides. So let's get started with the really bad stuff I got. Let's just rip that off like a band-aid, which is to say slowly, and then we'll stop a little bit because there's going to be some hair stuck to it. As soon as I opened the first mystery box, I saw a Fortnite shirt that is not the right size and doesn't fit me, and hey, I wouldn't wear it if it did. I got a whole lot of Hawaiian leis, which could be great for some kind of theme party if I was planning on throwing a theme party. I wasn't, and I'm not. Also, upon closer inspection, these were not even necklaces, they were bracelets, and boy, did they leave a lot of weird residue on things. This box also included, count 'em, 1, 2, 3 little dog boots. Once again, I find myself burdened by the fact that my dog has 4 legs. I was actually pretty excited about this next item because I've always been curious to try that slime that, you can use to clean your car vents and seemingly nothing else. I am almost sure that this is not supposed to be the consistency of that product though. So for the foreseeable future, I will not be pouring this into my car's air circulation system. When I opened the next box, I was actually kind of jazzed with the first item. Here's a recreation of that. And the reason I was jazzed is that at the top of the box, there were some packing cubes for traveling. That's something that's actually useful. Maybe this box wouldn't be so bad. It would be, though. It wasn't good. This is a box of something called butter slime. Not the best combination of words, but hey, it has a bunch of tiny little things that look like candy, and then the butter slimes themselves have just completely dried out, every single one of them. There was a Grinch shirt that also wasn't the right size, and that's too bad. I could have seen myself wearing that on like a funny night out or like the funeral of someone I didn't like. Dracula Untold on DVD. Some things to, I think, hang pictures. A collapsible kettle that I won't be plugging in on account of that I do not trust it. If I was really into starting electrical fires, I would plug that in a heartbeat. I would plug that bad boy in faster than you could say, "Does anyone else smell smoke?" A cover for an e-reader that I do not own, nor have I ever heard of. And finally, a box containing seemingly every baseball card from 1993. Just so many baseball cards. But I know from pop culture that sometimes old baseball cards can be worth lots of money. That's a cliche, right? This one of Barry Bonds goes for $1 on eBay. But it looks like if I could get Mr. Bonds to autograph it, I could be making a little bit of money. So between the packing cubes and this box I'm in pretty good business with it. Assuming I could get Barry Bonds to sign this for free, if I pay for it, it defeats the purpose. So those two boxes were clearly just people shoving old junk they had lying around into a box and shipping it to me. I was disappointed with those two, I'm not gonna lie. Here's a recreation of that moment. I dance the pain away when I'm sad. I felt a little ripped off because I kinda was. And you may be thinking, well, Ryan, what did you expect? You gave a stranger on the internet money and gave them permission to put anything in a box and send it to you. But here's the thing. Yeah, it was dumb and I shouldn't have done it. Wait till you see how dumb the next thing is. I ordered a box that was called Junk Drawer. It was a cigar box filled with just little things. Like a tiny plate, a measuring cup thing, random doodads, a pair of ancient glasses that would be cool if they could reach my ears. These are old glasses, and back in the day, people's ears used to be on their cheekbones, which is a fun fact you can share at a party. My biggest problem with this box is that all this stuff is kind of cool in like a, hey, look at this old thing kind of way. And because of that, I would feel kind of bad throwing any of this old stuff out, but it's too small to donate. I feel like I've been cursed with a box of old tiny stuff. Is this how this seller got into this? Did someone else pass this on to him like in those horror movies where the whole thing is a metaphor for STDs? The only thing I could think to do with all this stuff is to start like a knockoff version of those I Spy books and hope that I don't get sued. Another box I received is one that I very much regret ordering and I wish I hadn't. It was an oddities mystery box, and oddities is a word I should have Google image searched before adding that to my cart probably. This box contained a butterfly wing, a sea urchin spine, a fossilized bison tooth, and a turtle skull. That list sounds like the 12 Days of Christmas if the gift giver was like a dangerous psychopath. These definitely were oddities, so I don't feel like I was deceived or anything. I just have one too many turtle skulls in my house right now. I was happy with 1,000. Now I have 1,001. Those aren't gonna line up evenly. Another box I received also had a theme to it that was much less focused on death and things that have died. I really hope that turtle died of natural causes. This was a surprise box of 3D printed items, and some of the items were pretty useless, like this 3D printed phone case for a model of phone I do not own. This thing? I'm not sure what it's supposed to do, but it opens up and spins. My best guess is you're supposed to wrap your headphones in there, which is helpful if you wish your headphones were inside of something. This'll get you there. But there are also a few cute-ish or at least interesting items in this surprise box too. Some little thrills were had opening this box. Like 2 of these spiky dragon things, very cool looking, pretty sharp spikes. If you fall on this or even grab it too fast, you will have to go to the hospital. And there was a Halloween duck, a phone stand, a shark bottle opener, a ghost cat with surprise legs. Who doesn't like to discover that the 3D printed ghost cat they unknowingly ordered on the internet has limbs they didn't expect would be there? So was this box a total waste of money? Mostly yes, I didn't need any of that stuff, but it was slightly more fun to open than the other things. I felt a feeling other than horror and betrayal. Some other boxes I received I would classify as kind of more interesting and coolish old junk. I got 2 of these vintage mystery decor boxes. And hey, tell me that's not the coolest mug in the world. Or don't tell me. If it's not the coolest, I don't want to know. I also received this thing, which I believe is to hold candy or perhaps nuts. I could totally see myself putting my nuts in there. This tie is legitimately cool. I will try to find a way to use this in my 90s talk show series. Although it has blue and green on it, so I can't use it with a blue or green screen. This is also legitimately cool. I could carry several things in this little bag and represent Montreal. This Smurf has a whistle and a stick, which means his job is police officer. Committing to the Smurf hat made that tough to guess, I will say. Maybe could have made that an actual police officer hat. I know the Smurf hat's part of the thing, but I really think the blue skin would have got us where they wanted us to go. A Good Morning Canada McDonald's mug. Tell me that's not the coolest mug in the world. Admittedly, even though the boxes contained a bunch of stuff that I will probably never use, I could quickly and easily tell with these boxes that a real human person put these together with care, you know? I had a lot more fun opening these boxes than I did opening a bag with 3 dog dog boots in it. In fact, for those last 2 boxes, when I ordered them, I got a message from the seller saying that if I was looking for more personalized mystery boxes, I could let her know my favorite colors, materials, design style, what era I like. For the purposes of this video, I was like, please just surprise me, I guess. Because this was supposed to be a surprise bag video, remember, from earlier? But it was cool to see that this little niche on Etsy did have some people putting some care into these things. I said niche, some people pronounce that niche, and I refuse to do that. Get out of here, you son of a niche. I could see these boxes being kind of a fun gift for someone who's into, you know, weird, interesting gifts. Also, if you give this to someone, you also don't know what they're about to open, and that's fun. Why should the gift receiver have all the fun? Because it's their birthday? Well, in fact, I found that a lot of these sellers do shoot you a message to see just what your general vibe is so they can head out and get you a mystery box that you'll actually like. For example, if you're decorating your place and you're looking for a specific vibe, you can get some surprise doohickeys that might fit in. I asked this seller, Coco & Co Vintage, to just find me the weirdest stuff she could find, and then she went out on a mission. I hired a person across the country to go to thrift stores and find weird stuff for me. She found me a frog that's gone fishing, and he's announcing it to people while fishing. She found me an album called Country Casanova with a warning about mature content on one single track, and you know what? That track is called Everybody's Doing It, so that checks out. Although the track before, it's a little suspicious too. It's called One Man's Meat is Another Man's Poison. And tell me this isn't the coolest mug in the world. Let's hot chalk and chill with a stormtrooper in a sexy pose. It's just one of those mugs with no sensical thematic through line, and that's kind of nice. She also gave me a coupon code for 15% off for you guys after I explained a video I was working on, so feel free to use that. I'll link to that in the comment section. Another genre of mystery box. Did you think I was done? No, I bought a lot of these. I told you I messed up. These are some that, again, I got a lot of junk, but I could definitely see these ones being fun gifts for, like, if you know a nostalgic person in your life. Mystery boxes of just a bunch of authentic 90s stuff. Look at this. I got the novelization of Fievel Goes West. Some pogs. These 90s pencils with different parts that where if you lost one part, you couldn't use it at all anymore. Why did those ever exist? I got just a whole bunch of 90s junk that, hey, I doubt I will ever use, but they did make me go, oh yeah. There was even a mystery box seller that takes it a step further, and their concept is get a box of stuff from the year you were born. I was born in 1989, but I strangely don't remember anything from that period of my life. It's probably one of those Jason Bourne situations. Some skills from that time are gonna kick in one day. But so I decided to order a box from 1997, which is a period of time that I have memories of in my very brain. And guess what? I got multiple unopened Happy Meal toys. I got one of these pens that would always jam and get stuck, and that brought back memories of suddenly not being able to write anymore. I got a TV guide that aged terribly. A Goosebumps book. I used to read these all the time. I was terrified of Goosebumps. I used to cover my eyes during the intro of the TV show because at a certain point the dog's eyes went yellow and scary and the music changed to woof 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 woof. Titanic on DVD. A Timon and Pumbaa X-Files crossover. And then I saw it. My most prized possession of all. The best item out of all these boxes. The one that sparked the perfect feeling of nostalgia I was hunting for this entire time. It brought me right back to my childhood, a mother effing 90s snap bracelet. My mission was complete. My heart was full and the flame of my childhood sense of wonder had relit and would stay that way forevermore. This right here. This was what I was searching for, and I truly believe I'm bored. Hi there, hello. Please hit that subscribe button. I am a disembodied head, so you can trust me. You can trust me.